This is the B16B, one of the most legendary four cylinders of all time. This was hand ported from the factory. This had forged crankshaft, forged rods, not forged pistons. They were cast, but they were strong. It revs to 8,600 RPM from a 1.6 liter, and it made 185 horsepower and 115 pounds of torque in the Civic EK Type R, one of the most legendary Civics of all time. Probably personally my favorite Civic of all time, the EK Type R. It had so many things that made it a racing motor for the street. It also had a compression ratio 10.8 to 1 with aggressive cams that were tuned for racing, not for economy at all. It also came with bigger valves. You guys don't understand how legendary. This might be in my top 3 Honda motors of all time. You know, K20's up there too, right? And there's a lot of Honda motors that I love, but the B16B, I can barely breathe. The B16B in the Civic Type R is one of the best matchups that you will ever have in car history, and I don't really care what you say. There's nothing you can tell me to change my mind. The B16B is so legendary. Do you know how many people wanted to have a B16B, right? Before the K20 existed, do you know how many people wanted to have a B16B and a B18? Do you know? I don't think you know. Here is Honda at its peak. This is Honda naturally aspirated before turbos, before what we know with the new Type Rs. This was the era, the 90s and early 2000s, when Honda was saying, you know what? We're going to take this motor and grab it by the scruff. We're going to grab it by the crankshaft. We're going to grab it by the pistons, the rods, the valve cover, and anything else we can do. And we're going to grab it and make it our own and say, look, you're going to be a racing motor. I don't care what you feel. You're going to be a racing motor. And they took that and they threw everything that they had at it. The engineers was going crazy. They said, you know what? We got the ethos and we revving up to the moon like a motorcycle, because you know, we are also a motorcycle company, Honda. You know, that's our roots and our heritage. So we're going to make this baby rev to the moon. This is one of the best motors you're ever going to find. It had 115 horsepower per liter in the 90s. Before the F20C and the S2000 ever did what it did, this B16B was making supercar level performance accolades. 115 per from a 1.6 liter. If you don't know that math, I don't know what I can do for you. This is legendary right here. Yo, all my Honda heads, I know where you're going to be down in the comments. Let me know how you feel. Also, follow me for more. Follow the YouTube channel. Links in the description.